How are you doing, Pastor Jonah?
I'm fine by the grace of God.
How and when did you know the gospel, Pastor Jonah?
I happened to find myself in a crusade there during the sermon, and I decided to give my life to God.
And how did you receive the calling to the work of God?
Yeah, to receive the calling, it happened. It started from the dream. Severally, I saw myself preaching in the dream. I see myself conducting a service. Almost it's happened often. Then after that night, I explained to my pastor, and he sent me to Bible school.
Amen.
That's great.
How do you carry out the work in your ministry, Pastor?
Yeah, actually, one of the major work in the ministry, I don't count preaching as work. One of the things I count as work is evangelism, the outreach, to go out and evangelize. That is one of the major work in ministry, apart from the discipleship, to coach the people, groom them in order to be a true worker for the gospel.
Yes. And how does your church work in Liberia?
By the grace of God, the church is working. We are moving on. Well, the church is situated at the heart of the city. And by the grace of God, God is helping us.
Yes.
Okay. How is God's work in Liberia, Pastor?
Yeah, God is working in a serious way. God is working, to be sincere, but only the problem I'm having is the limit of the pastors from going out for evangelism. Most of them concentrate only on their congregation. They don't have time for outreach. So most of the other villages, majority of the pastors concentrate in the city, while the villages are suffering. Majority of the villages, the gospel is not working as it's supposed.
What's the biggest obstacle to the work of God in Liberia?
The biggest obstacle to the work in Liberia is the disunity among the pastors.
Yes.
The pastors are not united. If the gospel must be moved on to achieve the aims, the pastors must be united.
Yes.
And I have seen that most of the time we try to organize pastors, we invite people for seminar in order to sanitize the heart of people on the aspect of unity among pastors. The unity among pastors that will reflect on the members. If the pastors are not united, how can you preach unity on the members?
Yes.
That is the greatest obstacle I've seen in the ministry in Liberia.
Okay. How is your biggest dream as a pastor?
My biggest dream is to win Liberia or even the African entirely for Christ.
Amen.
That is my dream. And then I keep saying this. This dream has cost me a sleepless night. How to achieve it? Because it's my dream that all the village in Liberia will hear the gospel. All the villages in Liberia will have a strong biblical base to know the true works of the gospel. That is my dream.
Yeah. And how does people receive the gospel in your nation?
To be sincere, the people receive the gospel freely. The problem in my nation is not even the people per se. The problem is those to go out. Those that are willing to go, they don't have the manpower, they don't have the capacity. Or those that have the capacity to sit on it, they don't want to go.
What is the importance of the International Network of Spiritual Support for your life and ministry, Pastor?
Yeah, it's very important because one of my prayer mostly is to have people like you once in my nation. At least we gather the pastors, you teach them, tell them more about the gospel. One thing I observe is that there are many pastors pastoring the church, but they have never had any training. No training, but they are pastoring the church. You can't be a trainer while you are not trained. So I believe if that opportunity will be given to my nation, it will be a breakthrough to this nation.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor Jonah. May God bless your life, family, ministry, and the nation of Liberia. Amen.
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 Amen.